Hi, my name is Justin Beck. I'm an instructor here at 343 Labs in New York City, and today I'm going to be talking about how to build a groove with bass and drums in deep house at the same time. I think a lot of people think that you have to start with either drums or bass, but the truth is that if you build them together at the same time, what you end up with is a much more cohesive result. So I'm going to go ahead and drag on a kick onto my grid. I like to produce with audio on the grid, don't kill me. And then I'm just going to loop this out for 8 bars. Then I'm going to go and find a cool clap. Like that one. And so now, instead of adding a hi-hat or any more percussion or anything like that, I'm actually going to go and make a bass line. And the reason I don't have the hi-hat yet is because the hi-hat's really going to add something. And so I almost want to make myself more excited by just making a bass line first and having that core foundation. So I know this might come as an offense to all you die-hard musicians out there, but I'm going to draw in my bass line because I can do that. So what I'm hearing in my head is boom, boom, boo-doo-doom, doom-doo-doom, boom, boom, boo-doo-doom, doom-doom. I'm going to go ahead and shorten the release time a little because it's bleeding too much. So maybe I'll just like really quickly, tune, so to speak, the rhythm of this. Just little bit longer, so those last two. Cool. So now what I'm going to want to do is I have that groove, and now I will take a hi-hat and just, let's see, go into drums, go into my 909 core kit, and I'm kind of hearing, so I'm going to put that in. And for this, I'm going to want to do that actually on a keyboard because it makes my life a little easier. And so basically my approach to composing is anything that I can draw in more easily than play, I draw in. Anything that would be annoying to draw in, I just play. And then I go and quantize my really, really weak rhythm. Just not with it. So the reason that I'm doing this at the same time as opposed to building the whole beat first is that I'm actually using the bass line and the rhythm contained in the bass line to inform how my rhythm builds around it. Instead of building a rhythm before and then my bass line has to conform to that, I actually think I get more creative with a bass line than with just a random drum pattern, right? So now the drum pattern is actually going to be like locked in with this bass line, and it's going to really be this organic progression. Hey there, sorry for the interruption, but if you're enjoying this tutorial, head over to 343 Studio, where I have a whole class taking a much deeper dive in how to apply some of these techniques to make your deep house record even better, including bass, drums, percussion, chords, and much more. Now back to the video. And maybe I'll actually, just on this one, just that one time, do a little bit of velocity adjustment. All right, so you can already hear that like the snares and the hat pattern and the bass line are all interacting in this like really glued way. I'll just solo them so you can hear. And now, you know, when I go ahead and do the the house music equivalent of a Hail Mary, I'll just gonna throw in the hi-hats, you know, the open hat, and it's gonna sound very cool, I think. I hope. Maybe I'll even take the 808 kit now and do the so just, you know, have the little on the start of each of these beats. Maybe the last one go like this. Now I'm hearing some kind of crazy 80s, like Mr. Fingers, almost corny, kind of like use that weird 808 cowbell thing. That guy. One of my favorite things is I didn't hit record, but I got in the vibe, and I'm going to click MIDI capture so that everything I just played, it's as if Ableton was recording it. It's the equivalent of Ableton spying on you. So we have this really strong, infectious groove going here, and that was really made possible because I built the track layer by layer instead of kind of instrument by instrument, right? I didn't focus only on drums or only on bass. I allowed them all to work together to build this kind of bigger idea where the groove was building off of itself with each element that I added. Now, if you enjoyed this tutorial and you want to take a deeper dive into how to implement these techniques into your deep house tracks, go on and head over to 343 Studio, and we have a whole class for you waiting there. Link in the description. That's it for now. See you in the next video.